So, starting out this practice with an intention of grounding ourselves. You're welcome to put your hips up on a bolster or sit on a chair even. Take a moment to move around and kind of nestle into what supports you. Starting to get a sense of the earth coming up to hold you here. And anything you've chosen to put underneath you, just feeling support. Take a moment to notice what it's like to be in this new seat. In this practice, I will be giving you a lot of choice, a lot of options to listen to your body and take care of yourself in the way that you want or need to. So I invite you to really tune into the language of choice and start to listen to what your body is asking for. Let's begin with some easy shoulder circles, shoulders up by the ears, back and down. Moving at a pace that seems right for you in the beginning of this practice. As we're moving our shoulders, let's either just shift our eyes down in front of us, or we could softly close our eyes. And just bring our attention inward to what we're feeling in our shoulders. And if you like, you can reverse the direction, noticing a little different sensation in that way. And then settling the shoulders down by the ears, let's invite our fingertips out to the sides of our body. And as we reach out, lifting through the crown of the head, the spine lengthens, and we're just taking this seat of dignity. This, my friend, is your seat. There is no one else who can sit here but you, like this. And the way you showed up into this seat right now is perfect. There's not one thing that needs to be fixed or changed. Notice that with each inhalation, the spine gets taller. With each exhalation, you might notice your shoulders relaxing just a little bit more. Let's rotate the palms up, feeling the shoulders open, and inhale, reaching up. And exhale, let your arms fall to your sides. Moving at your pace, lifting and lowering. In this practice, if there's anything that feels sharp or edgy or painful, I invite you to soften the shape that we're in, or even change it altogether, choosing something that serves you better. Let's take a deep breath in, arms reaching high. And as we exhale, the left hand lowers, the right arm lifts, creating some space in the right side of our rib cage, breathing into the right lung. Allow yourself the gift of a deeper breath. We tend to breathe shallow most of the time, so notice what a deeper breath feels like. And rolling back through center, both arms lifted, dropping the right and lifting the left. Just looking for space in the left side of the body here, breathing into your left lung. The left lung is a little smaller than the right. It's where the heart is housed. So you might notice a little extra effort to fill the left lung. And as we come back to center, we'll take an easy twist to the right side. So draw the left arm across, right arm plants behind you. Inhale tall and exhale to find a gentle squeeze of your belly. And through this practice, I will just keep inviting you to notice what's here now to be noticed. Come back through center, switching, right arm across. Sometimes you'll hear a teacher say, leave it at the door, but in this practice, we invite it in. It all gets to be here. And when thoughts arise, we can just notice thoughts arising. When feelings arise, we just notice feelings, sensation, energy, emotion. It all gets to be here. Coming back to center, bring both hands to the knees, and we'll take a gentle seated cat and cow, just warming up the spine. So move at a pace that feels good to you. Inhale as we arch forward and exhale as we roll back. This can be small, it can be big. It's just you taking a look at the muscles around your spine. So when we notice thoughts, emotions, yoga can help us to observe them and breathe through them. Over time, one of the gifts of yoga is they eventually become weaker. They lose their grip on us when we observe and breathe through them. We end up having less power in our lives. Let's practice in this hour together, observing thoughts and feelings, breathing through them. Coming back to center, join me for one more big breath. And as your hands meet, let them come in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your chest. And if you like, you can set an intention. What do you hope to get from your time on the mat? Is there anything you'd like to leave here? Releasing our hands, let's come around to a tabletop position. If your knees need some extra padding, you can fold something up underneath you, a blanket or your mat. Coming into tabletop position, let's just take an easy round of cat and cow, allowing you to feel a little bit more of your spine. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower your pace. And as we return to a neutral place, let's take the knees a little bit wider, settling our hips backwards, elbows coming down to the mat for this child's pose that's not quite all the way extended. Take a second to just notice hips coming toward heels. And in this breath, you can choose if you'd like to extend your arms farther Or if you'd like to stay here, perhaps propping something under your forehead to support you. Checking in with the muscles of the back, the hips, the legs, the feet. Allowing breath to move across the back of the body and into the belly. Just noticing here any sensations. When thoughts arise, we can just simply observe, oh, there's a thought, and we can breathe through the thoughts. Eventually, our breath becomes more interesting than the thoughts. So let's try that on now and see if that's true. Go ahead and come up to a tabletop position, and we'll keep the right knee where it is. You can kick the foot off of your mat and open your left arm and left leg. So you're in a kneeling side plank. You can come to a fist here if that feels better on your wrist. Breathe deeply as that arm reaches, and either stay here or reach the arm overhead, choosing the sensation that you like. And then let's start to make our breath a little deeper with even, equal breath, in 3 counts and out 3 counts. Causing us to just slow the breath a little bit. In 3, out 3. Releasing that hand to the earth, coming through the center, and we'll just switch sides. The left foot kicks off the mat, the right leg extends. Fingertips either straight to the ceiling or overhead, choosing the place where your body feels best. 3 counts inhale, 3 counts exhale. Returning to a tabletop position. Tucking our toes under, spreading our fingers wide. We're lifting into downward facing dog, and an option for this is child's pose. So anytime we're in downward facing dog, if you prefer lowering your knees, do so. In downward facing dog, you can pedal your heels, bend one knee and then the other. Stretching the backs of the legs, feeling the Achilles tendons and calves. And let's just slowly walk our feet to meet our hands. Pressing into a half lift, take a deep breath in and exhale, fold forward. Press to lengthen, half lift. Exhale, forward. One more time, press to lengthen and fold. Rooting down through the feet and softening the knees. Let's reach the arms high, extended mountain. Pause here, rooting down through 2 firm footprints, fingers extending. And now standing here in this foundation, your own 2 footprints. No one else can stand in your footprints but you. Standing here with dignity, heart lifted, breath full. Let the arms open out to the side, soften the knees, hinge from the hips, forward fold. And let's move like that a few times. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Noticing just what it feels like to move in these two opposite positions, extension and flexion. Creating a rhythm with your breath. You might even start to hear the sound of your own breath. Choosing the pace. Let's do this 3 more times. Expanding and folding. And the third fold, pause here at the top of your mat. Knees can be soft. Let's touch fingertips to elbows and just gently draw the elbows downward, taking advantage of the heat that we just created for ourselves. Feeling breath, noticing sensations. Releasing hands to the mat. Let's step our left foot back, lowering the knee to the earth. Again, finding padding under that knee if that feels helpful to you. We'll take a moment here to just let the hip stretch. A new place to give our awareness. And then we'll start to just move back and forth from hamstring to hip flexor. Notice the opposites at play here. These are two really large muscles in the body. They're taking turns. And we'll come forward for a twist. So you can choose to be on your knee or your back toes. The right hand can come to the top of the thigh to begin the twist, and then either staying here or lifting the arm, maybe wrapping the arm. Just finding a nice and satisfying twist. A twist that allows breath to move deeply into your body. What sensations are you aware of here in this shape? When thoughts show up, we just notice them and breathe through them. And let's slowly bring that right hand back to the mat, tucking the back toes under, lifting the knee, and we'll step the back foot to meet the front foot, pausing here to notice the difference in our legs after just one side of stretching. Keep our left foot where it is. Let's step the right foot back, lowering the knee, finding hip flexor. Again, eyes can be soft or closed. Noticing breath, noticing sensations, noticing thoughts and feelings and breathing through them. Let's start to move forward and back, coming into hamstrings. Opposites at play here. And as we come forward, let's move into our twist. Right hand down, left hand on the knee. You can choose knee or toe. Find a place for the left hand or arm that feels just right in your body. You might explore. We're here for a few breaths, so you can try a few different options. There is no full expression of the pose other than the one you end up in. Let's release from the twist, tucking the back toes. The back foot comes forward to meet the front foot. Let's notice right and left. Pressing to the shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your choice, you can stay here, you can lower to your knees, or if you like, you can take a vinyasa, shifting forward, lowering down and coming up to an easy cobra, and back again. Once again, we'll lower the right knee to the mat. We'll open up into that side plank. And now we'll just introduce a little bit more shoulder movement. So the left arm comes up over the ear and we'll circle the arm across the face. So make some nice big shoulder circles, arm back, up and around. Just exploring your shoulder mobility. Let's reach the fingers toward the ceiling, lifting ourselves up to stand on that knee for gate pose. So the left fingers come to the left leg, the right fingers lift to the ceiling. Wiggle your fingers up toward the sky, lengthen into that rib cage again. Notice sensations here. And windmill the hands to the earth. Tabletop, switching sides. So the left knee is down, the right leg extends for shoulder circles. Bringing that arm across the face, down, back and up. Matching movement to breath. And reaching the fingers straight up to the ceiling. Let's bring ourselves up to a T and then over into gate pose. Right fingers on the leg, left fingers to the ceiling. Just wiggling the fingers. Finding length here with breath. Let's return that hand to the earth. From a tabletop position, we'll sweep our legs around into a seat. And if you have a sock, a t-shirt, a strap nearby, you might grab that when we're moving into a seated hamstring stretch. So take a moment to move around on the mat so that you can feel like you're right on top of your sitting bones. If you would like to use the assistance of a strap, you can put that around the bottoms of your feet, hinging forward from the hips and coming into a forward fold. If you like, you can bend your knees, you can put something under your knees to support you there. Just coming into a place of non-forcing. Trying not to push yourself into the pose forcefully, but just easing in, maybe inviting your body into this pose. Just observing thoughts, feelings, sensations. When we notice them arise, we can just take a nice deep breath. The breath becomes more interesting than the thoughts. Let's release the holding, come to an upright spine. And bend the right knee so that the foot is on the inside of the knee and the knees dropped open to the side. We're going to take a twist here to the right. So we'll use this position for our twisting. The sitting bones connected to the earth. Let's bring fingertips to the back of the head and just roll slowly toward the right. And then set our hands down. Giving ourselves space here to move into. The inhale makes us taller. The exhale twists us a little deeper. Notice there's a little rhythm, there's a little movement in a twist. The inhale, we kind of unwind a bit, and the exhale, we deepen back into our twist. A little rhythm of movement caused by our breath. Coming back through center, switching legs. Fingertips on the shoulders, rotate toward the left side, setting down the hands. And just see about that gentle movement kind of in and out of the twist, just a tiny bit. The breath is causing some wave-like movements. Coming back through the center, let's take both of our legs out in front of us and we'll give them a nice little shake. Just a little gentle massage on the mat. Starting to make our way down onto our backs. Let's hold the backs of our knees and assist ourselves down onto the mat. And then the knees come in closer to the torso. Let's hold one knee with each hand and give ourselves a little hug right here. On the inhale, let the knees come away a bit. On the exhale, give a gentle squeeze. And if you like, you can move side to side. You can go corner to corner, or maybe just this compression and release. A nice little massage to the low belly. It's great for digestion. This is a nice gentle exercise if you ever have abdominal cramps or stomach pain. Just this gentle squeeze might feel good. And then let's hold on to our right leg. And the left leg extends straight out to the ground. And as we hug this right knee in, let's let it come outward just a tiny bit, out toward the side of our body. You might feel a little bit of a pinch in the right hip. Kind of look at that as squeezing or wringing out through the hips. And you can either stay here, or you might like to reach up and just pull down on that foot like half of a happy baby. Just noticing sensation, breath. And then the bottom leg will bend. We can place the left foot on the floor, taking the top leg into a figure four. You can keep that foot flexed. So you have the choice of staying here and just pressing that knee away from you, or reaching down and pulling the bottom leg in and pressing the top leg away. You might explore both of those and see which feels better to your body. You might notice that your breathing has slowed a bit now. 4 counts inhale, 4 counts exhale. See if that makes sense. Let's keep this figure four. The left foot falls to the earth and we'll open into a twist. So just let your legs fall toward the left side. Arms can be close to your sides or out in a T. And if you like, you can stack the knees or cross. You've got a lot of choices here. I'll give us plenty of time to choose the best twist for our bodies. Turning the head to look right. Let the breath here become more interesting than thoughts. Amplify the breath. Exaggerate the breath. When you feel ready, gently roll back to center, uncrossing the legs. You can take your feet out wide and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Or if you prefer, hug the knees in and give your lower back some movement. Coming back to center, let's pull the left knee towards us and lower the right leg down. We'll just squeeze the knee slightly outside of the torso, a little bit off to the left. And either choosing this or reaching up to the foot for half of a happy baby. A little pinch in the hip is just your body kind of squeezing out. Think of that as cleansing the tight spaces in the hips. And then very slowly we'll bend the left knee, place the foot down, and find a figure four. Here you can press the knee away or reach that bottom leg in and press. Just looking for something interesting in the left hip. Not too much, not too little. And when you're ready, placing the foot on the floor and lowering the legs to the right, coming into your twist. Keep the feet in their figure four or stack or cross the legs. And let's find our way back to center. Again, choosing a little bit of movement, windshield wipers, knees in toward your body, just a little movement around your low back. Releasing any tension there. And then we'll find our way into an inversion. And for tonight, let's do legs up. If you have a wall handy, you could scooch over to a wall and put your legs up the wall. If you happen to have a block or a bolster, you could put something under your hips for waterfall. Give you a little bit more of an inversion. If your hamstrings feel extra tight, maybe the strap around the feet to hold your legs. The idea is feet higher than the knees, knees higher than the hips, hips above the heart above the head. Slowing the breath. Perhaps it's 3 counts in, 3 out, or maybe it's 4. Find a slow and even breath. This is the oldest known yoga pose. For thousands of years, people have been putting their body in this shape as a way to calm the mind, slow the heart, calm the nervous system. The yogis knew that when the mind is quiet, the body and soul can be at peace. All of these tools given to us to help us quiet the mind, reduce the volume of the thoughts. When you're ready, you can release your inversion, removing any props. And we'll move into a final rest. So giving yourself the permission to use any props underneath your body, over your body. Sometimes it's nice to put a blanket over your hips or cover you completely. You can grab an eye pillow. As you come into rest, I'm going to guide you through a short body scan, just inviting one by one the parts of your body to relax. As I name a body part, take a deep breath in and feel that part of your body resting. Notice your feet resting. Notice your calves resting. Notice your legs resting. Notice your hips resting. Notice your torso resting. Notice your shoulders resting. Notice your arms resting. Notice your hands and fingers resting. Notice your neck and head resting. Your face, your jaw resting. Notice whole body resting. If you notice thoughts, feelings, or sensations pulling for your attention, take a deeper breath and allow those thoughts and feelings to gently move on the exhale. Taking another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh. You can put a little bit of movement in your fingers and your toes. Stretch, yawn, and gently find one side perhaps, and then a comfortable seat. Let's finish with either one or both of our hands here over the heart, this soft place on the chest where this heart beats. Acknowledging this place inside of us that is wise, this place that knows compassion and love and empathy, this place that knows self-care is important. Take another moment to listen to this part of you and see if there's anything bubbling up that seems like wisdom coming from your own body. Maybe there was something in practice that you'd like to take with you, to remember, and to put into action in your life. When you're ready, when you've acknowledged whatever is here to be witnessed, let your hands come together in front of your heart. And dropping the chin slightly, let's just honor self and each other. We're on a beautiful journey together. Namaste. If you'd like to take a moment to journal anything, you're welcome to just put maybe a few words on paper, anything that you'd like to remember.